Jalāl ad-Din Muḥammad Rūmī, commonly known as Rumi, was a 13th century Persian poet, Islamic jurist, and theologian whose influence continues to shape spiritual thought across the world. He was not only a poet but a philosopher who sought to understand the deepest aspects of human existence, and our connection to the divine. Rumi's teachings emerged from the Sufi tradition, the mystical dimension of Islam that emphasizes love, self-purification, and unity with God. Through his writings, particularly the Masnavi, Rumi explored how human beings can transcend the limitations of ego, find peace within, and experience divine truth through love and awareness. His message focuses on the inner transformation of the soul, urging individuals to look beyond material distractions and discover the spiritual reality that lies within every moment. Even after 8 centuries, Rumi's insights remain deeply relevant, guiding us toward mindfulness, compassion, and a meaningful life. In this video, we'll explore 5 timeless teachings from Rumi that reveal how to live with awareness, inner peace, and divine connection in today's fast-moving world. Rumi believed that silence is not emptiness, it is the presence of truth. He often said, "Silence is the language of God, all else is poor translation." For Rumi, silence was not the absence of sound, but the space where divine knowledge reveals itself. In the quiet moments of reflection, one begins to hear the subtle voice of the soul, a voice that is usually drowned out by noise, worry, and distraction. Rumi's life demonstrated that silence can be a teacher greater than any book or scholar. In a world filled with endless chatter, opinions, and information, we have lost the ability to listen, not just to others, but to ourselves. Rumi's message reminds us that clarity and understanding do not come from external noise, but from inner stillness. Practicing silence helps to calm the constant movement of the mind, allowing intuition and spiritual insight to arise naturally. Even a few minutes of daily silence can help realign one's thoughts, emotions, and actions with higher awareness. It creates space for gratitude, compassion, and peace to grow. Rumi's approach to silence is deeply relevant today. It teaches us that wisdom is not found through constant talking, but through learning to listen inwardly. One of Rumi's most powerful teachings revolves around pain and suffering. He wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." For Rumi, pain was not a punishment, but a form of purification, a process through which the soul grows closer to divine truth. He believed that every hardship we face carries within it the seed of transformation. When Rumi lost his beloved companion and teacher, Shams Tabrizi, he went through immense grief, but that pain gave birth to his greatest spiritual awakening. Through his loss, he learned that love is eternal and that separation is an illusion. Rumi teaches us that instead of running away from pain, we must face it with patience and openness, for it refines the heart and deepens understanding. In modern life, we often seek comfort and avoid emotional struggle, yet Rumi reminds us that discomfort is a teacher that molds our character. Pain exposes the ego, humbles us, and guides us towards self-awareness. When accepted with faith, it can become a bridge leading to wisdom and strength. His teaching encourages us to transform suffering into growth by asking not, "Why is this happening to me?" but, "What is this trying to teach me?" In modern life, we often seek comfort and avoid emotional struggle, yet Rumi reminds us that discomfort is a teacher that molds our character. Pain exposes the ego, humbles us, and guides us towards self-awareness. When accepted with faith, it can become a bridge leading to wisdom and strength. His teaching encourages us to transform suffering into growth by asking not, "Why is this happening to me?" but, "What is this trying to teach me?" Rumi's entire philosophy is built upon one central force, love. To him, love was not limited to human affection, but was the pure energy that connects all creation to its source. He taught that, through love, all pain will turn to medicine. In Sufism, love is seen as the path to dissolve the ego and unite the self with the divine. Rumi believed that love purifies the heart, awakens compassion, and brings one closer to truth. His love for Shams Tabrizi was not merely friendship, it was a spiritual mirror that revealed the divine within himself. Through love, he discovered that separation, fear, and ego are illusions that keep us from recognizing the unity of all existence. In our daily lives, love is expressed through kindness, empathy, forgiveness, and understanding. Rumi teaches that real love demands selflessness. It asks us to see beyond appearances and embrace the divine spark in every soul. Love also means accepting life in all its forms, both joy and sorrow, for both are expressions of the same cosmic harmony. When love becomes the foundation of one's actions, life transforms into a spiritual experience where every relationship and every moment reflects the face of God. Rumi's teachings emphasize that true peace comes not from control, but from surrender. He wrote, "Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in another form." This insight reflects his belief that everything in existence is temporary and constantly changing. Holding on to people, situations, or outcomes leads to suffering, because life itself flows like water, always moving, never static. For Rumi, surrender does not mean weakness, it means trusting the divine order of life. When his friend Shams disappeared, Rumi learned that attachment creates pain, while acceptance brings freedom. By letting go, he discovered a deeper connection with the divine that no physical presence could replace. In modern life, we often cling to expectations, careers, relationships, or identities, believing they define us. Yet Rumi reminds us that attachment blinds us to the vastness of our spiritual nature. When we surrender our desire to control everything, we begin to experience life as it truly is, dynamic, uncertain, yet perfectly balanced. Letting go allows peace to enter where fear once lived. It teaches us to trust the unseen wisdom that guides all creation, and to find strength not in holding on, but in allowing life to unfold naturally. Among Rumi's most profound teachings is the idea that gratitude is the key to spiritual fulfillment. He believed that every breath we take is a gift, and every moment is a chance to experience divine grace. Rumi once said, "Wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will feed every corner of your life." To him, gratitude was not just a polite emotion, it was a spiritual practice that aligns the heart with the rhythm of the universe. When one truly becomes grateful, even the smallest experiences, a sunrise, a conversation, a challenge, becomes sacred. Rumi teaches that gratitude shifts our focus from what is missing to what is present, from desire to acceptance, and from fear to peace. It transforms our perspective by revealing abundance in what we already have. He emphasized that those who complain cut themselves off from divine energy, while those who give thanks open themselves to endless blessings. In daily life, practicing gratitude means being mindful of every gift, no matter how small, and recognizing that every situation, even hardship, carries a lesson meant for our growth. Gratitude invites humility, patience, and inner strength. Rumi's wisdom reminds us that contentment does not come from having more, but from realizing that what we have is already enough. In this realization lies true peace, a peace that no wealth, power, or possession can offer. He reminds us that every experience, whether joyful or painful, is a step toward enlightenment. When we live with love, accept change, and remain grateful, we begin to experience life not as chaos, but as divine harmony. Even 8 centuries later, Rumi's message remains as relevant as ever, that the purpose of life is not to seek perfection outside, but to awaken the infinite peace already within.